Well, the digital divide was the country's biggest barrier for learning during the COVID-19 lockdown. This just last year. A survey by Feenix found over 40% of university students could not participate in online learning programs during this period. The crowdfunding platform says that urgent collaboration is needed between tech companies and educational institutions. So joining us now is the CEO of Feenix, that's Ms. Leana de Beer, to take this conversation even further. Thank you so much for your time, Ms. de Beer. It seems collaboration is what you believe can get us out of, some of the concerns and struggles here we're seeing in education, particularly in higher education. How so?
Good morning. Absolutely. I think we all should know that or believe that an educated youth benefits the country. We see a direct correlation between tertiary education and someone's ability to be employed. And with our staggering unemployment rates, it is incredibly important and beneficial to everyone to be concerned about what's going on around the country and be concerned about equal access to education. We need to look at a democratized education system. We also know that there's legacy issues in the system and a lot of structural challenges for both universities as well as NSFAS and government. And we believe as Feenix, as a public benefit organization, that it's time for us to take hands and look at public-private partnerships and bring in private institutions who has the expertise and technology so we can make sure that the money that exists goes where it's intended and that we can help any student that qualifies access education.
And I understand that this conclusion or resolution comes from you being informed by a survey that you conducted, at least by one of the things which informed this. I mean, staggering data you found here that over 40% of university students could not participate in online learning. Take me through that survey.
Yes, we started the survey before COVID hit, really, but then it was during the beginning parts of COVID. We were already speaking to students across the 26 universities. We wanted to find out what was going on and make sure that we are solving for real needs and understand what students are going through. Even scarier numbers that only 6% of students said that they had everything that they needed to access all the resources they needed to access education. Also, we need to understand that a lot of students who live close to campus access resources provided by universities themselves. And during COVID, when students were sent home and lockdown happened, a lot of students didn't have access to enough food, data, devices, a whole range of things like mental health support, as well as peer networks. That's really, really important for students to thrive. So we started looking at that, and we, as an example of how collaboration could work, within 6 weeks we found some university partners as well as private partners, and we were able to raise just under 4 million rand to help final year students with devices and data and food vouchers. And we were able to roll that out and have a accountable and transparent system where we were able to raise that funding and make sure that that funding goes to students in a very, very short span of time. Yeah. We believe in a democratized system, and we believe that everyone who qualifies should have access. But it's not just about student access, it's also about unlocking professionals and unlocking the corporate environment and say to them, here's the platform where you can give money to, where we account for that money, and we make sure that that money ends up where it needs to end up. We have a relationship with all 26 universities and work very closely with staff on the ground to ensure that we can, track funding, pay out funding directly to universities, not to students, and make sure that students are supported through a very, very challenging time.
Right. Speaking of corporates, what role or the important role do you think the ed tech industry can play here?
I think it's like I said, it's everyone should be involved. It is a bit to the benefit of everyone. And we as Feenix, we started because of Fees Must Fall. We created Feenix as a result of the 2015 and 2016 Fees Must Fall movement, because we know that there's students that do not qualify for bursaries or loans, and there's even students that fall between the NSFAS cracks because it's not a perfect system. So we wanted to create an alternative solution. Where do these students go? The frustration, the anxiety, the stress. And we build a platform for this exact purpose, to bridge communities and bring people together. And this is what makes the edutech environment really special. There's a lot of growth in the environment. There's a lot of people doing incredible things with technology to scale and to be able to bring more people into the environment. And we think that it's time for government and NSFAS to look at these partners, people like Feenix, and say, what can we do together? Can we collaborate? Can we make sure that the systems are working and we can help more students through their journey?
Absolutely. Well, that's where we leave it. But thank you so much for talking to us. That was the CEO of Feenix, Leana de Beer.